Hi friends, welcome to another episode of French Food Friday. On this episode of French Food Friday, I'm trying a Provençale Galette de Rois. The Galette de Rois is the traditional cake that we get the king cake from in the United States. If you've ever been to New Orleans or know anybody that celebrates Mardi Gras, you've probably seen a king cake. The difference of this one in particular is this is made with a brioche bread that has candied fruits on the inside of it, where more traditional Galette de Rois has it's kind of more of a pastry dough, almost like a phyllo dough, not quite. I mean, it might be a phyllo dough, I'm not sure, with like an almond middle part of it. You might be able to see and tell that I have already eaten a piece of this king cake. Was it because I was so excited to try it and eat it? Not really, I was excited to try this. But I realized as I was almost finished filming French Food Friday that I had accidentally done a time lapse instead of a video. And so I'm going to get another little piece and try it, and I'll show you the time lapse at the end of the video. Traditionally, the Galette de Rois is eaten on January the 6th, which was the day that I left the States. I didn't arrive to the States until January the 7th. So I missed Epiphany, the holiday that celebrates the wise men, on January the 6th, but they still had king cakes, and so I wanted to try one. Traditionally, whenever you get a king cake, it has what's called a fèvre in the bottom of it somewhere. The fèvre is fèvre is the French word for bean. A fèvre is a little trinket or a little toy or a little baby, just some little a little bean or something in the bottom of the king cake. And whenever you cut one, you're supposed to have somebody sit under the table and choose who gets what piece without seeing the piece or seeing the people, so there's no cheating. If you get the fèvre, you get to wear a crown and you're king for the day. You have to bring the Galette de Rois for the next year. This is a little bit different Galette de Rois. It is a brioche bread that has a sugar crystal thing on top of it with candied fruits inside of it, kind of like the candied fruits that you would get in a fruitcake in the States. Now, let's try this, shall we? For the second time, but it'll still be as good as it was the first time. I'm not really sure what this candied fruit stuff is. It almost has like the crunch of like a pineapple. I thought that it might have been like an actual apple that had been candied. I don't really know what it is. If you look on the side of this cake, you can see the little fruit in it. But yeah, this is a really good cake. I was pleasantly surprised with it. I would give it probably a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10. I don't think that it's quite as good as the traditional Galette de Rois, but it's a nice sweet bread. The sugar crystals on top of here give it a nice, really sweet kick. The fruit is a unique flavor. I'm not really sure what to compare the fruit to, because this fruit that's on top of it's a little bit different than what I remember candied fruit that you'd use in a fruit cake being like. But yeah, thank you for joining in on the third episode of French Food Friday in France. It's crazy to say that I'm in France. I still just can't believe that I'm here. One cool thing, if you haven't noticed, I am in my apartment. I found a place to rent here in France, in Aix. And so pretty soon there will be a video coming out where I will show around my apartment, at least kind of my kitchen setup and everything with that. Um, but until then, I hope you have a great week. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of French Food Friday. If you find a king cake, you should try one. I like the kind that are in the States. I like this kind. It's a cool little thing. Just be careful whenever you're eating that you don't accidentally bite down and break a tooth on the FFF. If you have anything that you would like me to try, drop those in the comments below. I think I'm going to try to find some calisson, which is a little almond pastry treat thing that's native to the city of X where I live. So I'll see you on another episode of French Food Friday. Au revoir. À bientôt. This is a little bit different than the traditional Galette de Rois. This is the Provençale Galette de Rois, where a typical Galette de Rois, let's see how many times I can say Galette de Rois in 1 minute.